Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is Thursday Night Football on EA Sports.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Tonight, Week 15 begins with a great Thursday night matchup between the Washington Redskins and the Dallas Cowboys. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. On first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
We talked about prior to the game, and it played out right there on the first play, didn't it? This offensive line is going to have its hands full all night long.
Well, you often speak of scripts to start a game. Does this mean that play number 2, they're going to go off the script a little bit?
Yeah, what's interesting is that most people, when they script now, they actually script those contingencies in, okay, in case they can't run the play they want to. It's long distance now. Let's go to that play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here. Pass gets hit, and he lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And fantastic field position has them just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line in the red zone. Opening minute, and already a trip to the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. Throwing to start the drive. King. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Andy Isabella becoming just the second player with 30 touchdowns in a single year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Washington offense as we get a look at the playoff race in the NFC. And it's right about this time of year you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
And I think for most teams, the obvious is to try and be the number 1 or number 2 seed. But when you look at it across the league and throughout the history of trying to get to the Super Bowl, the teams you really fear are the ones that get hot and sometimes sneak in at a 5 or a 6 seed, because we've seen those teams actually get to the Super Bowl and occasionally win it.
Yeah, you think of the Giants a couple of times. Steelers have done it. You're right. It has happened and will happen more in the future, I'm sure. On second down now. It's Mack, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Third down, here's Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
So on fourth down, the Redskins will call on Tress Way to punt it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Pulled in at the 24. He takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. King now, throwing on first down. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Isabella. Give him 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
The numbers for Zeke from last week. 15 carries, 74 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, You know, he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
Good job, D. Good job, D.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. It's caught by Royal. And they'll get this down to the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. Here's King. Going to throw on 3rd and goal. This will be caught just inside the 10. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal. And that is caught. And he has now tied the record. Touchdown. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
On 3rd down, Elliott. And he's going to be taken down here at about the 10. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. They'll try and throw for it here. He finds his target, Royal. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, and now it's 1st and 10.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. Nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Not even a chance to pitch that one as he's swallowed up in the backfield.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
On third down, Elliott. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Third and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. Well, the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On second down, Elliott. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. And that play there, boy, almost looked like it was a video game and he didn't know what the pitch button was. Not very well executed.
Yeah, and if you don't know what it is, you better figure it out fast. I suggest knowing it before you actually run that play. I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know. Defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. Again, the offense will stay out there. They've converted once on this drive. What can they do here on 4th down? Wide open receiver complete. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. Now back to the ground with Elliott. Great move, but still wrangled before reaching the 20. And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle. To throw is King. To throw on second down. And that is caught. And the record is his. It's a touchdown.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. The extra point up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate...
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. 10th carry now for Elliott. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas first down. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. He'll pitch it back. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Back to throw. King. He's got his man on the comebacker. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. King on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. They'll try again with Elliott. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. The extra point splits the uprights. And that makes the score 28-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here's the Redskins offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Now a first down run is sniffed out from the start as they'll drop it for a loss of 4. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. They go right back to Mack. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Haskins will throw. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Let's take it inside his own 40.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now Elliott. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building and bully. And I think
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Redskins scoop it. Past the 20. And he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown.
The previous play is under review.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now King throwing to start the drive. Clean. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. They don't give it here to his running back. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Redskins scoop it. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Redskin 1st down.
And the Redskin 1st down.
On 1st down, it's Haskins. He's got Burton here. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now Haskins to throw it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the 1st. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this one will not work out. It is incomplete. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. And the Cowboys' defense is going to get them the football back. Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. They start on the ground with Elliott. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. It's a gain of 8, and it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Here's Elliott. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. A lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. He'll pitch it. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. I tell you, Charles, You play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with this one. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points from me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. One final shot for Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that,